There used to be benga music from Luo Nyanza.
Uh-huh.
Wow, 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 wow. Dio Misiani. Whoa, Kolela Maze.
Okay.
But as it turned out, very good music from Kamaru.
Mm-hmm.
People would only play those music when others are not watching. The people we make ministers are just cartoons. And
Really?
you've seen them. You
Uh-huh.
look at Hassan, the minister in charge of culture and sports and things. Yeah, this is just a cartoon. Just go to the office, draw allowances, travel around there. But there is nothing he puts on the table in terms of ideas.
Will you take the international
If you
heritage
give
to
me
the...
anything and a free hand to do it, I will turn it and people, everybody will think this is the best ministry.
But how comes you're an all-rounded person?
That's how God
People are
made me. I
skeptical.
thank God for giving me a brain that makes me all-rounded. Some people even say on Twitter, Manyora thinks he knows everything. But if I know, I know.
I think now we understand why people want you for the Westlands MP
Yeah, because I
Nairobians.
can help people. I have the ability, I have the capacity.
All
God
right.
has given me brains.
And you're just in time for yet another edition of Business Glide here on Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Richard Mwenja. Now, many developed countries continue to have their creative industry contribute marginally to the growth of the economies. However, for Kenya, it continues to lag behind creative industry powerhouses. Talk of Nigeria, South Africa, and so forth. As a country, what has dragged our feet with regards to fully addressing this issue and making sure that in the fullness of time, we have our talents living up to the full potential and not only employing themselves through their gifts and talents, but also contributing marginally to the revenue basket. Now, to bring this conversation home, I'm joined by a man who needs little introduction. He is the most sought after political analyst in Kenya and doubles up as a renowned public scholar. Moreover, he is a man whom many Nairobians are camping at not only his office but also his home, endorsing him for the Westlands parliamentary seat. We are not sure why he's still jittery about it, but he will tell us in the show. I'm joined by none other than the phenomenal man, the enigma himself, Herman Manyora. Sir, welcome on set.
I like the accolades.
No. But why are you jittery
why,
over the
why,
issue?
why, why are you flattering me?
No, not flattering.
I have already said that
Uh-huh.
one of the reasons why people get bad leaders
Mm-hmm.
is people like us who are capable are too cautious.
Mm-hmm.
uh, that perhaps would explain why I may not challenge Harvey for Westlands,
All right.
which of course is mine for the taking.
But it's good to know that Nairobians are finding you as a
Yeah,
patriot
yeah,
at heart,
yeah,
and they want you as
yeah.
their leader.
Of course. I think I might respond
Uh-huh.
to the pressure and take the seat on their behalf, not on my behalf. I don't need power.
All right. Today we are talking about matters creative economy. What our audience doesn't know is that you were at some point a very good actor. But we don't see you on Hollywood. What happened? Is it that the Kenyan creative industry doesn't give room for people to live to their full potential?
I think mine ended in school, a bit of school. I didn't go to school much the later I went.
Uh-huh.
I think the point you are raising is valid.
Mm-hmm.
We have never wanted, in all sectors,
Mm-hmm.
to realize our potential.
I see.
I think it's like, I don't know what's wrong with this country.
Full potential.
Our potential is in every sphere.
Mm-hmm.
We have not even scratched.
I see.
Talk of tourism like we discussed. We have
Uh-huh.
not talk of sports tourism.
Mm-hmm.
We have not scratched. Now the creative industry. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the 1980s or thereabouts,
I see.
there was a TV series called Tushauriane.
Uh-huh.
Tushauriane. I remember Joe and what and what. Oh, with our black and white TVs, you could not miss. You could, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even those who used to drink, you leave the bar.
All right.
Now, what I'm saying is this.
Mm-hmm.
We just killed it.
Mm.
Many years later, things of almost inferior quality came from Latin America.
Soap operas.
Soap operas.
Uh-huh.
That was it. That thing would have been translated into other languages, German, English, not translating. That is, you know how it's done, lip reading.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The way we do it. This thing, many people
Kikuyu.
don't even know that it's done. It's not done in English.
Mm-hmm.
So these Mexican things, you know. Nigerians are coming now to dominate the market. We were so advanced. Even things like the original Vitimbis,
Vioja
Yoja
Makamani.
Makamani. If we had recalibrated and re-engineered them and improved them, they would have been international sales. Look at the late Papa Chilandula, a phenomenal figure even if you go to South Africa.
Absolutely.
But we have never wanted to tap into our potential.
All right.
Yeah. We are a country of small thinkers.
All right.
Yeah, that's the problem about this country.
As a country, with regards to the creative industry, do you feel we have come up with sufficient infrastructure that will really steer growth of talents, say art galleries for exhibitions, national theaters, and not just one?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know what we can do best. We are trying to compete in areas where we have no advantage. Some things are just low-lying fruits.
I see.
For hours to pick. But we are not doing it.
All right.
Yeah.
How will you weigh in on the issue of regulators, talk of the Kenya Film and Classification Board? Some are saying that these are entities that are eating up their own children with regards to overstepping their mandate as far as oversight is concerned. Do you support that argument?
I don't see the idea of overstepping as being an issue. I know people are talking about Ezekiel Mutua, the moral policeman.
Absolutely.
But they forget, even in America, with all the liberties in America, there are watershed hours. There are things you can't take to schools in America. There are things you can't show or talk about on radio at certain hours. These are normal things. But when it comes here, we allow NGOs, civil societies, pushing for certain things to control the show, to make Ezekiel Mutua look like a devil, to make the regulator look like... No, their regulations are everywhere. Because governments by nature are normative. Governments prescribe values. If they didn't do that, then what are governments there for?
All right.
So, but the problem is not regulation.
I see.
The problem is what else do they do other than sit there, sip tea, put on expensive suits, travel over the world, and then come to regulate.
Board meetings.
They are supposed to do more than that. They are supposed to support the industry. Yeah, they are supposed to be creative.
All right.
Yeah, that's what they should do, and they don't do it. So then it is remained with the regulation. And then people say these are moral policemen.
All right. Talking about regulators and agencies that have been set to support creative industry, we are seeing the Music Copyright Society of Kenya come at loggerheads with artists, say musicians, and they are saying they are reaping little peanuts. At the end of the day, you see fully fledged artists such as King Kaka, of Calligraph Jones, getting away with 8,000 per year from their music. Is it that we don't account for...
It is a question of lack of thinking once again. The world has changed. If you ask Diamond or whatever, to wait for money from music, they will laugh at you.
Okay.
They are getting money from YouTube. Their ways of getting money have changed from the days of the disc.
Other than royalties.
It was very easy to, because you are selling individual discs. There's Santuri, record is Then the cassette came, radio cassette, the cassette came, the CDs came, and pirates moved in. So if you are still hoping to get money in the traditional sense through licensing, it's a waste of time.
All right.
Yeah, people have moved into YouTube and other spaces. Yeah, advertising and so on and so forth.
All right. The international creative industry is pushing Kenya to come up with their own brand. If you talk of Congo, I know you're a huge fan of Tabule, Rochero, Franco, and so forth. If you go to India, it's all about Bollywood. As a country, is it true that we lack a self-identity with regards with what are we offering on the international stage in terms of art?
Yeah, we killed ourselves when we begin to laugh at our own music. When I was in high school, around the time I was a teenager, there used to be benga music from Luo Nyanza. Wow. Dio Misiani. Oh, Kolela Maze. But as it turned out, very good music from Kamaru. People would only play those music when others are not watching.
Really? Because
to be seen to be somebody, you must listen to stuff from America and Europe.
Or Franco Luambo.
Yeah. You know, then okay, as an intermediate there, maybe Franco. But local music is primitive. We killed ourselves. We didn't know that even the Congolese music we so love is based on their own traditional things. So we have killed ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot instead of developing from where we were. Yeah.
The president last year, amid the onset of Corona, gave 2 billion shillings for the creative industry, and this was just to cushion artists. And there were over 100,000 Kenyan artists who are to benefit from it. As a country, should we be looking at during harsh times, or it should be a thing that every time we have a stipend that goes into the creative industry and support artists, say now you earn from your music, whether you brought a hit or not, that you earn from your music consistently?
You see, handouts in whatever form, at whatever time, for whatever reason, are just that, handout. And they are always temporal.
All right.
A fish you are given today, you eat. Tomorrow you'll still be hungry. It should be about how do you make people fish tomorrow for themselves. It's sustainable.
I see.
You needed thinking. If you are the minister in charge, create an opportunity for thinking to find out, in our unique situation of Kenya, how can artists reap from their sweat and talent?
I see.
It can't be what is happening in America. Because American artists have access to millions, hundreds of millions of viewers on YouTube and other things. So you put your music on YouTube, and at the end of the month, you are already reaping in big monies.
All right.
That's not true of our artists. So we need to ask ourselves, within our context, what can we do to make artists get something from their sweat and their talent?
All right.
How can we make them players in the international market? I want to give you a good example. Today, people who are earning from YouTube, they are being taxed mercilessly by Americans.
Absolutely.
It began this year. Does the government of Kenya even care to know?
It hasn't even chipped in.
Do they know that they could bargain with Americans? I say, look here, this is a fledgling industry. We are trying to support talent in Kenya. These are still young people. These are growing people. Don't subject them to those taxes.
All right.
As a concession. And because America will be realizing only 1 or 2 billion shillings from us, they will say rubbish. We agree. Let's give them 10 years.
All right.
So government really steps in to make its people benefit from their talent and other things.
All right. We have seen Kenya participating less in terms of, say, international film festivals, international exhibitions, say, in China and Dubai. Is it that we don't have enough funding just so to go out there and market ourselves, or the Ministry of Culture and Tourism isn't doing as much?
The people we make ministers are just cartoons.
Really?
And you've seen them. You look at us as the minister in charge of culture and sports and things. Yeah, this is just a cartoon. Just go to the office, draw allowances, travel around there. But there is nothing he puts on the table in terms of ideas. This country, and I've repeated until I'm now tired, this country must move to the next phase. And the next phase demands that this country identifies men and women who can think and give them assignments to think for this country.
Should we make you the culture and heritage
Now you have
minister?
made me this and that. Every show you are making me something.
No. We want to know.
Everything?
No. We want to know from what angle you'll drive your agenda. Will you take the international heritage
if you give
to
me anything and I have a free hand to do it, I will turn it, and everybody will think this is the best ministry.
But how comes you're an all-rounded person?
That's how God
People are
made me.
skeptical.
I thank God for giving me a brain that makes me all-rounded. Some people even say on Twitter, Manyora thinks he knows everything. But if I know, I know.
I think now we understand why people want you for the Westlands MP Nairobians.
Because I can help people. I have the ability, I have the capacity. God has given me brains.
Okay.
I can assist. But the best, that is on a lighter note. On a serious note, is that we must abandon the laziness for which we are known.
Okay.
We must go into seriousness as a country. We must know the world is moving at a pace that if we don't catch up, we will become a meal for other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides contributing to the revenue basket as a creative industry, do you feel like we have used our arts to drive social change in terms of, say, climate action and so forth, addressing corruption through our arts?
We have not, including mitigating disasters. You know, many societies use their art in many ways, including, look, we are a country without values. Corruption and theft is the norm.
I see.
Through art, we can mitigate these things. We can make Kenyans grow up knowing values are important. Money is not everything. You get what I'm saying? So art has not been given its place in society.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think sticking to that, I think you are signaling we should change our public mindset with regards now to looking at art industry as a fully fledged profession, right? And sector.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what should happen, but it must begin with seriousness, with thinking.
Okay. How about the issue of strategic partnerships? Should we now go heavy in terms of budgetary allocation to the culture and heritage and arts industry, and also now as a government taking the leap ahead and looking for partners all over, and even devolved government?
All that is good, but please, and this is the last thing I'm saying, resources will follow ideas. You can't say you put money there and then the money works.
Okay.
No, you have ideas. The thinking must be there first. The thinking will generate everything, even including the resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we take that's where we wrap up our conversation today on Business Glide, touching on matters creative industry and how Kenya can forge ahead and really tap into the potential of this very industry and make sure that it ramps up its revenue collection in the fullness of time. But before we leave, we go all the way to Baringo. Philemon Kipkosgei is our fan of the week.
Philemon Kipkosgei from Baringo, Haujambo. Greet our very good friends there, those who have not subscribed. Ask them to subscribe to join the family, and I'm sure you are also enjoying being part of the family. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. An elder has spoken. My name is Richard Mwenja. Until next time, God bless.